Hello, hello, hello. It's me, and they say I'm live, so yeah. Oh, there's nobody here yet. But that's okay. Happy Techy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's lesson is going to show you how to download Google Drive to your computer so that you can sync those files back and forth, and then you can work on your Google Drive on any computer that you have. Oh, I need to turn the TV down because I'm echoing. Because I'm actually watching it on TV. Live with Lorrie. Anyway, yeah. Oh, there's two people here. Hi. Oh, let me go over here. Let's turn off this overlay. And we'll come here to comments. Hi, Urban Grandpa. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm going to give it a few minutes for people to come in. I usually try to give it about 5 minutes for people to come in before I dive into the lesson. Stephen, this one's for you, my friend. How are you? Tabby is angry because I'm talking and I'm not talking to her. So she's yelling at me. That is good to hear. It's a semi-beautiful day here. It's cloudy, but it's not raining at the moment. We're getting patches of sunshine. Hi, Robert. How are you? Too funny. What, Tabby? I can't help you right now. Yeah, I hope not. Stephen is hoping he won't get in trouble for goofing off, but you could always cut the replay. So, I mean, I'm good either way. Yes, Tabby. Oh, well, good. I'm happy I could help, Robert. What, Tabby? Oh my goodness, she's sitting here just. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's not a really loud meower most of the time. Just annoying, says Dave. There you go. In case you have questions, right? Well, I'm actually on Dave's computer right now, his laptop, because I already have Google Drive on all of my devices. And so when I allow it to, one thing that I will warn you of is the sync. It can really bog down your computer while it's running. So I will quite often turn my sync off during the day while I'm doing things, and then I will turn it back on at night. Especially for me, and I there might be a setting that I can go into and change this, but it tries to automatically upload and back up my GoPro every time I plug it in, which I don't need that. Yeah. Hi, Britain Farms. Yeah, so now it'll be on Dave's laptop too. So if we only have one computer, I can still get into my work files because that's mostly what I use my Google Drive for is work files. So I'm able to, if I'm on vacation or whatever, I don't really, even when I go on vacation, I still have to check in to make sure that things are running smoothly. With the things that I've pre-scheduled to go out for my clients. So There is no such thing as time off, I guess, when you're self-employed. But that's okay, because you get to make your own schedule. So, well, it's not really a caveat. It's just something to keep in mind. I know there were a couple of times I was trying to upload a video to YouTube, and it was just taking forever. And finally, I discovered that if I turned off my sync so that it wasn't trying to upload things automatically, I could get it to sync when I wanted it to sync instead of bogging me down while I'm trying to work. So yeah, I guess that is a caveat. Hi, Ed. How are you doing? Well then, welcome back, Grandpa. No, Tabby. No, 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 no. Sorry. I'm sorry. She's very persistent. Yeah, I totally agree. I hate a slow running computer too. And especially when there's no reason for it. And for a while, I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on and why it was that there were times when my computer was just so slow and I wasn't really doing anything. Like I always have several programs open and several things on the go, but yes, she is. She's trying to get my attention, so she is totally misbehaving. No, don't. I might have to do something about this. Now she's coming over for a visit. Oh my goodness. Here she is. Yes, yes. Yes, I see. Say hello. All right, you can sit down. It is super easy to use. I tell him that all the time, Stephen. No, Tabby, just sit there. You're here now. I will pet you, okay? Sorry. Oh, here. Oh, look at her. Here, look. I don't want to see the camera. I just want your attention. Anyway, so yeah, Google Drive is really simple to use. And if you're familiar with Office products, the Microsoft Office products, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc., then it's super familiar to use. I actually haven't used it in a while. I use the Drive all the time, but I don't actually use the programs very much. I usually just use Office because I have it on all my computers and it's more convenient. Office does have a few features that the Google documents don't have and the Google Excel doesn't have. Yeah. Anyway, let's dive right into it. So yeah, I actually used to teach my students to use Google Drive. The drive itself is basically storage, but in the drive there are programs that you can use to create and or edit already existing files. Yeah, Google Sheets is good for spreadsheeting. That's what the Shed Wars team roster things that Amy did up, those were in Google Sheets and saved on Google Drive. And that's one of the nice things about Drive is that you can share files with people and it keeps a running history of edits as well. So anyway, let's share my screen and I'm just going to share my entire screen because we'll be popping from thing to thing. So share, and I'm going to hide myself, and I'll see you guys in a little while. Okay, so here I am in my Gmail, and I thought I would go ahead and start with showing you how you find out how you find your drive. So on any Google tab, whether it's your Gmail or just the Google homepage or whichever, you will have this little Google Apps over here with the 9 dots on the right-hand side, usually right beside your picture where you're signed in. Oh, you know what? I'm going to come back into StreamYard and hide those banners so that they are out of the way. Sorry. Hi, sifting some soil. Okay, so there, you should be able to see those a little better now. I'll get rid of that, and let's go back. Let's go back into here. Okay, so when you're on any Google page, you always have these little 9 dots up here, and these are all the Google apps. If you're not familiar with the Google apps, you really, there's a lot of them, and they're fantastic. It includes your maps and your YouTube and your search and your common ones, right? One of them being right at the top here, your Drive. So we're going to go ahead and click on Drive. And it's going to bring you into my Drive. Okay. Now, so this shows you all the stuff that I have. Well, not all the stuff that I have in my Drive, but this is my actual Drive. I'm logged into this computer now. I can access my Drive from anywhere. Now, it's not actually saving anything at this point on my computer. And if I hit my File Explorer, and I go to this PC. Oh, he's got it showing weird here. I want navigation. Oh, so if you don't know how to change the view on here, here's where you do it. You can turn on your navigation pan. You can show all folders, show stuff, have a preview pane, details, all under view. I don't want that, but I might want a preview pane. Maybe not. I just like to have my navigation on over here. So anyway, click on this PC. And as you can see, there is no Google Drive on here. That's why I had to use Dave's computer, because if you were to look here, it would show a Google Drive, and it would already be syncing my files, and it won't allow me to download 2 Google Drives to the one computer. It might if you had different users on the computer. You know how you can have shared computers and different users on them. So it might work in that case, but anyway, it wouldn't work on mine because I don't share my computers. Anyway, so it comes with free 15 gigabytes of storage. But because of what I do and the fact that I keep my client files on here, that's why I actually buy extra storage. But you don't have to. It's 15 gigabytes free, and for most people, that's plenty. Anyway, let's minimize that for a minute. Go back here to our Drive. Now, let's say that I want now to sync this with this computer, and I want to be able to use this computer maybe when I'm offline and I can't get to Word, or I can't get to Google Drive. I'm going out somewhere where I'm not going to have any access. So you come up here to this little settings button, and you get backup and sync for Windows. I imagine if you're on a Mac, it would probably say get backup and sync for Mac, I would assume. Anyway, click on that. And here it gives you an explanation of what all this is. And if I come down here, I don't want it for a team. I just want Drive for Mac and PC. And all I did was scroll down to the bottom. You can read all the information about it if you're interested. But we want to go to Downloads. Drive for Mac and PC. Oh, guess I'm already on here. Is this Go to Drive? Maybe that's it. No, I'm already there. Oh, here we go. Down here, it's got this little window has popped up. Get backup and sync for Windows. And now I have an option to download it. Oh, there's some old pictures. My goodness. Anyway, we'll download it. Once it finishes flashing, that means it's done downloading. You can click on it and say yes if you have any security pop up. And I can't see the chat while I've got you guys full screen. So if anybody is saying anything or has come in and I've missed you, hello. Thank you for coming in. Okay, so installation complete. I'm going to click close. I'm going to say, got it. I don't want to do that. Now I should be able to go to my, I hope I don't have to reboot to get it to work. Oh, okay, so here you can see now in my little down, you can hardly see it, I don't think on the TV or the screen, but down by where my clock in is, I now have backup and sync from Google. It says I'm not signed in. So I could then click on that. And here I can get started. And I can sign in. Next. Although I don't really want to sync it to this computer because that would take probably a few hours to sync the whole thing. And I don't want it to be syncing while I'm doing this. So let's see what happens. It's not something that you do very often, this process, because you do it once and then it's done. And then if you get a new device, you put it on the new device and off you go, right? And it just automatically works. Oh, do I have my phone? Oh, I do. Okay. Good thing. Check your device. Oh, okay. I have to say yes on my device. Sorry. Yes, it's me.
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
Yes, thank you. So, okay, so now I can go in and I can choose what folders from my computer to continuously back up to Google Drive. Got it. So I'm actually going to choose none of them because those are Dave's pictures. Well, let's say documents. Because they might be important. You might need to be able to access them offline sometime. Original quality, you have settings for quality here. You can choose, oh, these are just to choose your folders. What can we change here? Oh, okay, so it gives us an option to change to back up all files and folders or just back up photos and videos. You also have some advanced settings. Never be afraid to look at your settings when you have them, because you can always find, regardless of what it is that you're doing, never be afraid to look at the settings. Now, if you don't understand what you're doing, you might not want to change some settings, but it doesn't hurt anything to add them. Here, if you wanted to ignore files with certain extensions, like maybe you didn't want to back up PDF files or PSD files, which are photo files. You just want your images that can be used online to be up there. Anyway, you have options here that that you can change. And we got those just by hitting this change key. And that brought us to choosing and then our advanced settings. I'm going to go original quality. I don't want to upload photos and videos to Google Photos because I don't save things there. But if you wanted to, you have that storage space and you could just do it. Okay, so now sync files from my drive to a folder on this computer. So now it's going to create that Google Drive folder. And here is where I don't want to sync everything in. It would actually sync everything in Dave's drive. Because you might notice over here that now I'm signed in under Dave's account. It has kicked me out of my account, which is kind of weird. And it's wanting to download it for Dave. I'm going to leave it because I'm just showing you guys how you would do it the first time. Anyway. Sync only these folders. And I'm only going... Oh, this is... Okay. So it's asking me which folder. So it is still me because these are my folders. It's actually asking me which of my folders I want to sync to Dave's drive. So the only one that I might really want to sync on Dave's computer that I might need would be my writing and maybe my Bible study. And I can now click Start. And I can enable the extension if it pops up. And now down here, I can see I've got my backup and sync from Google updated just now. And if I, okay, make a liar out of me. Oh, it's preparing still. Okay, so now, okay, we're going to let it sync. And I'm going to come in and chat a little bit with you guys while it does that. It shouldn't be too bad. It's only going to be a few thousand files, apparently. But anyway, I'll come into StreamYard and see if there have been any questions. That's a good point. Indiana. So I'm going to scroll up and see who's come in. So, Urban Grandpa, Abby's Life. Hi, Jan. Got Jan on the big screen in the other TV. If anybody has some spare time, Jan is getting close to getting her $signs. So if you had time to spare and could watch her channel, that would be fabulous. I think Jan is a moderator. It doesn't show me who's a moderator in StreamYard. Hi, Indiana. Can set it just to back up to a single folder. I don't want to back up everything. Yeah, that was a nice point. You can pick and choose, and I'm assuming afterwards you can go into your settings and change them to add something or not add something. Yeah. If that's the case and you don't want to pay for storage, then you need to go into your Google Drive and you need to clean it up. Get rid of the old stuff. You might also check your sync settings to see if you can not sync some things. Hi, Cindy. Absolutely, my dear. I'm still close to 1,000 hours off, so I really don't concern myself with it too much. Yes, Stephen, they actually do. So I'm able to, like I said, if I was somewhere and I was offline and I couldn't get to my Google Drive, which is a cloud-based storage system, I would still be able to access those files on my computer with programs on my computer. Now, suffice it to say, you would need to have those programs on your computer. For example, if you were syncing Word files or the doc, like you can open my Drive file, I think, with Word and vice versa. Okay, good. Yeah, they can fill up fast if you're doing pictures. And sorry, Mom has decided that she's gonna open some cans right now. We'll wait until she's done. I want to annoy you guys.
There you go.
Mostly photos. Yeah, photos take up a lot of space, and especially if you're wanting to take high quality photos, because the higher the quality of the photo, the bigger the file. So photos can take up a lot of space, and especially if have not been sized for the web, which is a whole other topic. So let's see. Has this? Oh my goodness! It's still doing thousands of files. Okay, so now I can selected folders on your computer continuously back up to Google Drive in the Computers tab. So I can now go ahead. Is it gonna, if I open that, is it gonna open? Nope, it's gonna open that one. But I should be able to have, oh, see, I have several computers. But we want to see where it is. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Why do you guys let me do that? Yeah, there you go. I don't really go much of anywhere either anymore, but we used to.
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
Okay, so let me go back here to my drive and let's see. Go into our file explorer. I actually want to close that and fully reopen it. And now you can see that here I have a Google Drive for David Erwart.
Opening Drive.
Oh, it's syncing to my phone right now. That's what that little echo was. Now there's nothing here yet because he hasn't put anything here yet. But you can see that now that Google Drive, and that's because it's still syncing, right? Like it has saying it's still preparing files. So I guess I have more files in those two folders than I thought I had. I probably need to go and clean out a few of my drives. It would probably be a really good idea. But so once that finishes syncing, that information will now be on this computer. And as long as I don't pause this, because I can pause this, I can click on here. And then I have these three dots here, which are my settings. Oh, there, now we're syncing. Oh, so it is syncing some stuff that I must have. Yeah, I got to clean up my files. But anyway, you can click on these three dots here and you can pause it, which is what I'm going to do. Because like I said, it can, especially when it starts, if it starts trying to back up video files and photo files and stuff, it can be crazy. Can be really, really slow, and I don't want to be bogging down while I'm live. So I'll just start that up again after we're done here. So, but yeah, there you have it. Google Drive syncing with my computer. Now, this, I don't know why, but I can definitely switch back to my own account, right? And that's the one that's going to, this is the one that's syncing now. So if I had wanted to, I could have picked other places of files from his computer where I wanted to save things. Like I could have, I don't at this point, but I could have a folder on his computer where I just keep all my stuff, right? Anyway, let's come back to here and here, and I'm going to turn off the share screen. Thought you were just thinking out loud. Yeah, I do that, but then I'm actually, and I forget that you guys are watching what I tell you to watch and not what I'm watching. So I think that's it for the lesson. If anybody has any questions, any more questions about the Google Drive, but yeah, that's how easy it is to get it set up and syncing to your computer. And I can at any time come back down to the bottom of my computer screen where I told it to back up and sync, and it tells me that it's paused if I just hover over it. And I can turn it back on just by hitting those 3 dots. And then you do have other settings there. And like I said, don't ever be afraid to go look at settings. Yeah, so there. So I'm open for questions. It can be undone. Yeah, you can remove it. It's a pain in the butt to remove it, but you just have to turn. Well, if you reformat the complete drive, the drive for the computer, it just goes away. So if you're resetting a computer and that's why you're getting rid of it, that's quite easy. It's not quite as easy to do it if you're not resetting the computer, but it can be removed. Yeah, it can be. Usually if you're passing on a computer, you're going to have the drive reformatted anyway and put it on a fresh operating system. For somebody, you're not going to transfer the computer with all, well, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, no, if you wanted to remove it, you can remove it. Should it ever come to that, we'll remove it from Dave's computer and we'll do it together. I have removed it from a computer before, like once. So I can't actually walk you through the steps without doing it. Yeah, 15 gigabyte is the free limit. After that, you have to pay. Yep. And they have different rates. It's not very expensive, really. I don't remember. I'd have to look at my records to see what I pay for a year, but it's well worth it to me because I do graphic design for other people. So it's good to have. I probably don't need the full 200 gig that I have, but I'm using more than the 15 anyway. I think I'm using about 40 now, 40 gig on there. Yes. Oh, she needs 294 hours. Woohoo! Yay, Jen. Oh, I never did pop that link down there, did I? Does anybody now want to come up and join me now that the lesson is over? And if you have any questions, for sure, let me know. I'll still answer the questions. Unless Mom asks them, because she's noisy. She's super noisy. Super, super noisy. Yeah, that is super handy. You can swap files and proofs between people. You can have multiple people working on a file. And one thing that's really nice about that is that there is a history as well, where you can go back. Like if somebody goes in and messes stuff up, you can go back to a previous revision and restore that. So that is super handy. Yeah, especially with that can opener. I don't know what she's doing in there.
Who's giving me a rough time?
Steven.
Tell him he can't have any of my cherry dessert then.
She says you don't get any dessert, Stephen. So sorry. Yeah, exactly. Oh, crap. I ratted you out, Stephen. I'm sorry. Does he still get dinner?
No.
No, apparently not. Apparently you get nothing now.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. She's not cooking today. It's my day to cook. It's usually my day to cook. We've moved her to when, well, I don't know if you guys ever saw the video where she was complaining about having to do both the garbage and cooking dinner on the same day on Wednesday. So I actually swapped with her again and said she could only have to do one thing per day. And now she's switched back again. Oh, Sharon, do you want your Dell box back?
My what?
Your Dell box.
Dell box?
Yeah, that I used for shipping
Oh,
to Stephen.
no, that's okay.
Okay,
You can keep it and ship something to somebody else.
he says you could. She says you could keep it, Stephen. Yes, Wednesday. Wednesday. Yeah, that's it. That's her day. She has to do both the garbage and she has to cook dinner.
I have a good excuse.
SanDisk, terabyte drive, flash drive. Yeah. Yeah, I have an external. I have an external hard drive. I think it's 5 terabytes. I think it's huge, but it's still over half full. But it's because I don't archive my videos. I save all of my videos on my external drive, and I still have them from like last year. I have clips that I've never used. Tons of clips that I've never used in videos, and now the time has passed. What brand do I use? For my drive, I think it's a SanDisk. I like SanDisk. But I'm not brand particular. It was the one the kid recommended. I told him I wanted like I wanted the biggest drive that they had in stock. So oh, that was nice. It was nice of your neighbor. Hello, Gay in New Zealand. Eating breakfast on a cold, sunny Wednesday morning. Aw, you're so sweet. Word. Yeah, I like SanDisk. They work. So everything I download on my phone will be on my computer. If you set up Google Drive to sync between I think you can. I'm pretty sure I have Drive on my phone. Yeah. So yeah, whatever I tell it to, I actually have it syncs everything between my phone and my tablet and my two computers. Oh no. You could do a strange container plant. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to do everything sifting some soil. You can tell it as you're going through the setup. You can tell it what you want it to sync and what you don't want it to sync. if you didn't want it to sync everything on your off of your phone, everything that you do on your phone, if you didn't want to sync that with your computer, then you wouldn't have to. It does. Sync makes it hard to lose something. Harder, anyway. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely nice for team collaborations and stuff as well. I do too, Adrian. I'm always that's what I mean. I've got video files from even before I started a YouTube channel. I have some video files for that from way back when. So, yeah. I really need to actually take the time and do that one of these years. But the thought of sitting and going through thousands of files of my, because I'm not one to just down or to just delete them without knowing what they are. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of files there. There's a lot of files there. Anyway, so what else is new? My garden is growing spectacularly. We just put in, I don't know if you saw, we just put in a whole new garden bed, and like it's already done and filled now. I don't think it was filled the other day when I videotaped it, but I'll be going out there again today because it's done. Dave yesterday had the best time. Steven says he likes the automatic saving of Google Documents and spreadsheet. That does make it super handy. And he hates the 200-word limit on the chat. Yeah, that's a pain too, right? But yeah, that's nice, and it's like an automatic save that it's doing. So as soon as you make a change, it's saved, pretty much. So that's another handy feature of Google Drive. Yeah, I like it. If I didn't have Office, Mom pays for Office for all of us. So I was like, okay, I'll use it. If you want to have Office 365 for the family, I'll use it. So I do. And one thing I discovered is there is no sharing of a Google spreadsheet through a WordPress website, because I tried. And I had to actually save it as an XLSX file before I could upload it and use it in the app that I had. Yeah, the saving is completely seamless. You don't even know what's happening unless you happen to see it say that it is saving. Yeah, it's nice, and it's just ongoing. So that is super helpful. Yeah, my students didn't like that much because I could tell if they didn't do their homework. Because I could send out the file in a share, and they would have to do stuff on the file, and I would see what they did and what they didn't do. Yeah, you should be able to set up your sync so that it pulls from wherever it is on your phone, your DCIM folder, most likely, that it pulls that and syncs it. Interesting. I've never tried to do that. I always just plug my phone into my computer and transfer my files that way. But I bet you could. Yeah, so that is a nice feature. Stephen is saying that he couldn't download any Google Doc or spreadsheet unless he converted it to Microsoft, because you can't use those offline in Google Drive. So yeah, you do have to have them saved out as official Office. Well, if you had Office, what is it? There's a Office 364. I don't know. I don't have it anymore, but there is a free type of Office that you can get, and you can use those files. You can open Google Docs with, but you can't open a Google Doc with Word without having it converted to a Word doc. Yeah. Yeah, it's a proprietary. It's a Microsoft proprietary thing, and a Google proprietary thing. Both ways. Yeah, there is free Office 64 or Office 65 or something like that. If you search for free Office software, it would probably come up. Yeah, and it also, you have to set your default programs for opening documents and spreadsheets too. I'm assuming that you could set it to, mine are set to Office, but you could set them to Google, I would imagine, so that it would automatically open things in Google Drive. As long as you're online, right? You have to be online. Anyway, guys, how long has it been now? 47 minutes. Are you tired of me yet? Mom is.
I'm making more noise.
She's making more noise. Now she's doing dishes. Or something. Running water. Did you want to come and say hello? Cutting herself.
Sure. I got a cat telling me off.
Did you feed her?
Hello. Hello, everybody.
There you are. She can't bend over that far.
I can't bend my leg because my knee is I have a gone knee.
Poor thing.
And I have a gone back.
Kind of gone back.
I'm falling apart.
Stephen says, hi, Sharon.
I see that. Everybody's left except Stephen.
Everybody's left except Stephen. There's 11 people there.
Oh, is there?
Nobody watching on Facebook. I started streaming to Facebook too.
Oh, did you? Okay, I'm leaving.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
I gotta go look after the spies.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Mima, Urban Grandpa, Indiana Backyard. Anyway, so let's, Kevin Stratford, a former Microsoft employee, has a channel that is very helpful on getting the free MS Office. So there you go. And Jan said, in Texas, the college offered courses on these things, and I work so many hours I can never go. Now I wish I would have. Yeah, they're great courses to take for sure. Mima and her dang spies.
They're resting. resting after their ordeal.
They're resting after their ordeal in the belly of the whale. Yeah, no vacation for the knee. She's actually went in and had x-rays done last week. Last week, and is looking at having surgery done on it. So she's getting on that waiting list, I think. Bye, Sharon. Yeah, you can still hear her. I'm sure you guys can still hear her. Being noisy out there. They did escape the whale. They did. You'll have to see Mom's latest video. Oh, good. More frogmen to help out. We need more frogs up here. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll try being nice to the spies instead of blowing them up the next time I find them. Maybe I can convince them to come over to the light side. You can hear her and Tabby too. Yeah, they're noisy, right? Going for x-rays next week, Ray, on your knees or hips or any of the above? Yeah, we'll see. Maybe catch more bees with honey, right? Or catch more flies with honey. Yeah, maybe they can be turned away from the dark side. I'm hoping. Knee and hip. Yeah. They're important. Especially if you want to be able to get around. She was thinking about not having the knee surgery, but apparently it's gotten bad enough that she now wants it. Hello, Healthy Food Kitchen. Hello, Bushcraft. How are you? We're actually just getting ready to wrap up today. We've been here almost an hour. We did a 20-minute lesson or so on how to download Google Drive so it syncs with your computer or your devices. Oh, looks like you're getting some seeds. Crazy Ed. From Britton Farms Homestead. No more operations for you, Ray. Oh my goodness, that's awful, Stephen. Your coworker's mom went out for a walk last weekend, fell, broke her hip, and just had hip replacement surgery. Yeah, that's why we put a ramp in. It's much easier for Mom to get up and down. But I worry about her falling. Hello. Yeah, that's what Mom thought too. She actually started the process, and it's a process up here. You don't just go in for knee surgery up in Canada. But she started the process and back in like 2017 or 18, and then just dropped off. She said, "I don't really need it." But yeah, have you had replacement surgery already, Grandpa? I don't know that she'll actually do it or not. We'll see. It's up to her. Oh my gosh. Hit by a snowplow while snow blowing their driveway. Oh my gosh, that would be awful. Oh, and you've had 5 knee operations already, Grandpa? Yeah, I'd be kind of over it too by now. Yeah. That's going to be exciting, Gay. Going to Australia to see your mom and family. I hear you about the plane. You know what I think the funniest thing I've seen pictures of airports and planes and stuff, and you see the people in the planes and they're all crowded beside each other, you know, like a plane does. You sit on top of each other basically. But in the terminal you have to stay 6 feet apart. Apparently it won't get you in the terminal if you're 6 feet apart, or it won't get you in the plane once you're seated. I don't know. Crazy. But yeah, it'll be good to see your mom for sure. That is totally messed up, Stephen. Snowplow driver just took off after making 2 passes, and my coworker flagging him down to what he had done. That is messed up. Yeah, I'm sure it is. They are off lockdown in Australia now, and actually, I have some friends in Australia who do videos, and they've been going to all kinds of different places, and there's people, and they're walking around without masks on, and it's like real life. See you later, Robert. Yeah, I'm glad that my mom is here with me, because I would be like, my dad lives over in Alberta, and to see him, I would either have to drive for 16 hours um, or fly. Yeah. Okay, so there's a travel bubble between Australia and New Zealand, so no quarantine out of there. So that's nice. We don't have that. We're actually not in BC. We're not allowed to actually leave the island right now, which is I mean, not that we were planning on leaving the island anyway, but yeah, they've actually banned travel in BC. All right, bye, Adrian. Bye, Grandpa. Yeah, and I'm gonna call it a day, folks. It's almost an hour, so I think we're about done. Interesting conversation though. Traveling. Yeah, we're not quite on lockdown, but while we are kind of, all the restaurants are closed. They can only have outdoor dining or takeout. Of course, the big stores are open. So apparently you can't get it at Walmart, but you can get it at your local restaurant. Ah, silly, silly, silly. Yeah. Have a fantastic day, guys. I will see you next week for Techie Tuesday. I don't know what the lesson is going to be. I didn't have any suggestions today. So if you have a suggestion for next week's lesson, leave it in the comments, or come back, send me a message, something. So yeah. Oh, okay. I have actually family that lives in Medicine Hat, Jan. Yeah, the big stores are safe. Thanks, John. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. All right, my friends, I will see you again soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye now.